wide. Don't need you fucking out there. Stay in the middle of the pitch. You're not playing left wing.
John!
Good, good. Finish on that last one. Good boy.
Go, jog in. On the jog.
Make sure Ben Jackson. He needs to be in the middle of the pitch.
Let's go.
Because it kills your line. There's no fucking one left of the other. Let's dig it.
Balls in the goal, lads. Balls in the goal.
Oh, sorry.
Marcus, hurry up. Come on. Finish. Come on. Let's go.
Harry, all good? SD? Cal, I've got live feedback on my laptop, alright? I ain't got my phone.
I need to go and get my phone, but it's in change. Huh? I'm going for a special.
Good afternoon and welcome to live coverage of Brighton and Hove Albion versus Manchester City in the fourth round of the FA Youth Cup. I'm Matt Drabble and I'll be taking you through the tie right here on my Albion TV. The Seagulls are looking to build an impressive draw against high-flying Chelsea this weekend in the Under-18s Premier League, but standing between them and the fifth round of this competition is one of England's premier academy sides in the Sky Blues. Albion make just one change from the side that beat Plymouth in the last round of this competition, with midfielder Jack Hinchelwood coming in for Jake Gee. It'll be a back three of Kavanagh, Jackson and McConville. In front of Reed, in goal, Shane starts alongside Hinchelwood in the middle. Duffus and Jenks will provide the width, with Moran and Eiffel playing just behind Emerson. As for City, they make 5 changes to the side that beat Liverpool 1-0 this weekend, with leading goalscorer Ogwuru not even making the bench, but Lavia, Borges and Mabude all coming into the side. These FA Youth Cup games seem to be somewhat of a mishmash of players taking the pitch. Any player that was over 18 on August 31st at the start of this season is eligible to play, so players can even drop down from experience with the first team to step into these FA Youth Cup matches. Manchester City taking full advantage of that, with almost their entire back line this afternoon being made up from players from their under-23 side. Albion looking to make it into the fifth round for the fourth time in the last 6 years. That's normally been where the Seagulls have found their tournament end. Only made the quarterfinals once of this competition. City have a proud history of their own, 3 wins in the FA Youth Cup.
Good, lads, well done. Get it going.
Runners up 8 times as well.
Good. Contact for the third. Backwards turn out on the second.
Go through their last few conversations and warm-ups.
Come on, last one. All the way through. Let's go. Come on. Get that intensity. Last one, lads. Last one. Come on. Good. Yes. Last one. Last one.
Referee for today, Michael Ryan, his assistants Russell Jones and Hugh Gilroy waiting patiently in the centre circle. 2 o'clock kickoff schedule, but never is quite the way with these youth academy fixtures. And the last of the pleasantries are exchanged before these two teams do battle on the pitch. These sides never obviously regularly meeting in competitive football, given the fact that the Under-18s league is regionalised, so the two sides separated by a north-south divide. However, in the first team football and in the Under-23s, there's been some fierce competition between these two sides. The history of the FA Youth Cup is a rich one, and both these sides will be planning to play a small part in that history here today. So often this tournament's been the springboard for the careers of internationals and world football stars. And all 22 of those youngsters out there will be hoping for more of the same. McConville and Embiid, the two captains, meeting in the middle, both centre-backs. Embiid actually red-carded in the last round of this competition, late on against Middlesbrough. Suspension doesn't carry over though. The two sides will swap ends. Maybe a decision there by Captain Rory McConville based on the position of the sunlight.
guys. We are taking the knee, so second whistle will kick off.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Strong start, boys. Strong start.
Yes, guys, come on, come on, come on.
It'll be William Dixon to get us underway.
Yeah, we are taking the knee, guys. Okay, come on, boys.
But first, players from both sides taking the knee in order to take a stand, if you will, against racism and discrimination around the globe. William Dixon is standing over the ball in the centre circle for Manchester City, the 17-year-old. And finally, we are underway. Lavia in midfield for City. Charles to Katonga. And beat back to Katonga, the two centre-backs in that City back four.
Eye contact with Shay and go.
Brecken in midfield for Manchester City. Looks for a long ball over the top. Intercepted well by the Albion. Looking to bring it away is Shane, but he can't keep it in play, the French midfielder. So a City throw early on in this one. Charles to be the man to take it. Assessing his options down the line. In it goes. Popped straight back to Shay Charles. 18-year-old Northern Ireland youth captain. And beat back to Van Zaks. This could be a theme of today's game. City throughout their ranks a very ball dominant side as they look to break through midfield. Out to the left hand side now. Duffus trying to contain City as they bring it forward. On the left wing, it's Carlos Borges. And in the end, Duffus did well just to force him backwards.
You know what?
And Brecken again back all the way to Katongo in the centre-back position. Albion yet to touch the ball in the opening 2 minutes of this game.
Not too wide, Brett.
And beat. Again into Shay Charles. Manchester City sitting second in the Northern Division of the Premier League Under-18s League. Impressive form of late as well. 4 wins in their last 5 fixtures. Taking the scalps of Liverpool, Burnley, Nottingham Forest. Only loss coming at the hands of Stoke. They've had much of the ball in the opening exchanges here thus far. Charles again, looking over halfway. Down the line it goes, and then behind could be Mabude. Mabude squaring it across goal, vital intervention. Sliding in there was Lee Kavanagh to send out behind for a corner. But after a slow build-up, City burst down the right-hand side, and Kavanagh had to slide in at the edge of his own 6-yard box to prevent that being tapped home from close range.
You're free though, Shay.
Corner's taken short. Back to Charles it goes. Charles round the corner to Brecken. Brecken inside the 18-yard box, fired towards the back post and cleared over again by Lee Kavanagh. Albion never really getting settled in the opening few minutes of this one. No one picked up Brecken, and Charles spotted him. He didn't hesitate to shoot. Not sure Kavanagh had to clear that one over, but he took charge regardless. Be another City corner.
Get round, Duray. Get it again. Romeo, get ready to give us weight from the side. Give someone. Carlos Borges.
Charles, pressure put on by Eiffel. Spread out to Romeo Lavia. And then Rico Lewis plays it back to Lavia, a player that's had plenty of experience with the City first team already. On the bench for their game against RB Leipzig, his switch will find O'Reilly. Again, a crucial Albion touch halts the City attack. Shane's pass only finds the head of Zach Emerson, and it wasn't the contact the forward was after. And now you hear the calls of the Albion coaching staff just to squeeze up and try and limit the space that City have to play in. Katonga didn't play against Middlesbrough in the last round of this competition in the starting lineup today, but he gives it away on the right-hand side, and it's Duffus. Maybe a chance for the Albion just to gain a little bit of possession and settle themselves into this game. Reed almost gives it away, but stepping in there was Hinchelwood. Back to Tommy Reed. City's press on full display here. Albion keeper manages to escape out of it. Down the line it goes, looking for Moran, who wins the Albion a free kick. The City pressure was relentless when the Albion were trying to knock that ball around their back line, though. In the end, intelligent passing allowed them to escape. Free kick here on the far right-hand side. Skipper McConville to take. Backwards it goes to Tommy Reed again. Ben Jackson with a good step in there for the Albion. McConville. Threaded past to Moran, but again, the Irishman's touch slightly letting him down, and possession back with City with a throw on the far left-hand side. Rico Lewis to take. And beat. Shea Charles again looking over the top and finding his mark in Mabude. Mabude in the area. Can he force a shot? Well saved by Tommy Reed at his near post. Shane has to clean up, and it's just forced out of play. Another City throwing on that right-hand side.
Let him know you're there so he can go.
Here's that chance again. Mabude just getting the wrong side of Jenks and firing a shot towards the hands of Tommy Reed. The Albion haven't really given up a shot from the centre of the area, but City have plenty of joy down the right-hand side. Here's Shea Charles again. And beating the centre circle. Lavia now. Belgian under-19 international finds Rico Lewis. City full of confidence as they come forward again.
Yes, Brett, stand still. There's your gate.
Lavia finds Mabude. Mabude just cutting inside momentarily into Lavia again. Can Rico Lewis get a toe on it? Well intervened by Duffus. Drops at the edge to Brecken. He's thinking about a shot. Just forced away from goal. Checks back on his right foot. And in the end, the Albion showed good discipline to close those angles down. Borges again, this time just shepherded out of play by the Albion on the far right-hand side. Duffus looking backwards, but only finding a City player, and here's William Dixon. Dixon into Mabude, again, a crucial touch. That time tracking back was Elliot Jenks to just play it back to his goalkeeper, Tommy Reed. City are knocking on the door early on. Albion are slowly letting that door creak open. Hinchelwood into Duffus. Can the Seagulls break from the City press? Wins a free kick. Moran, nowhere for him to go. And it'll be another wave of sky blue pressure. Dixon. Mabude. He'll drill one towards the back post and doesn't miss by much. Referee thinks that one got a touch, so City corner coming up. They're third of the game already. Again, just slid in on the right-hand side of that penalty area where he's been operating for so much of the opening 10 minutes or so. And they are getting closer, City. Romeo Lavia. Mabude again. Into Brecken, back to Mabude, just looking to check round Jenks. City will have to build again, but are happy to do so. In slid it, in it goes towards Dixon. Again, Albion player there to step across and try and clear away.
Any throw, if it's your guy goes there, do a double. Yeah?
And now the key for the Seagulls is not to get pinned deep inside their own half from this throwing. At times a little bit sloppy in possession in the opening 10 minutes. Forward it goes from Jackson. Straight out of play, another City throw coming up. Good footwork from Shea Charles. Fires it straight into Jackson though. Shea Charles, an exciting prospect, a Northern Ireland Youth International. A player that's described as a Rolls Royce for centre-back for his ability on the ball as well as defending. Here's Rico Lewis, pocket of space in midfield. Looking for Dixon, sliding in Duffus. Mabude will see it out for a City throw on the right-hand side. Borges, one-on-one with Duffus.
Adjust your Del. Stay in sometimes, Brett. Not now, time.
And beat into Rico Lewis. Lewis skips out Dixon, into Mabude it goes, round the corner to Brecken, and then stepping in again is Moran, and Albion defending for their lives thus far. Another wave of City pressure will come. Borges to O'Reilly, back to Borges, good football from City. Duffus slides in again, fairly says the referee. That'll only be a City throw on the left-hand side. "17-year-old Rico Lewis to take it. Into Borges he goes. Again, physical play from Josh Duffus. That one, the referee judges, was not quite the fair tackle he perceived the last one to be, and it will be a free kick to City. O'Reilly to whip this one in. England international at under 15 and under 17 level. Certainly possesses the quality to scare the Seagulls with this ball in from wide. Curled towards the penalty spot. Rising well was McConville. Out to Rico Lewis. Borges again on the left wing. This time a floated ball towards the back post. Won well in the end by the Albion. Ben Jackson getting the first touch to it, but Rico Lewis will keep it alive. Brecken. City just go backwards. Again, the Albion shape is disciplined, it's structured. There's not too many gaps in it. The City have had all the ball thus far. There's the mistake which allows the Albion to get back on the ball through Shushain. Jenks. Shushain again. Into Eiffel. Good strength from the forward for the Albion. And then he skips past the challenge of Shay Charles on the left wing. And in one of the Albion's first forays into enemy territory, they win a free kick on the left-hand side. Eiffel just skipping past Shay Charles with a good bit of skill. And the referee wants a word with the Northern Ireland centre-back. Will be a yellow card for Charles. Man that normally spends his time with the under-23 side. 15 appearances, 13 starts for what City describe as their elite development squad, the under-23s team, so far this season. But a chance here for Shushain to cause some problems of his own. And somewhat of a free kick specialist is Sammy Shushain. Excellent delivery, but also can curl in a free kick of his own. Scored a couple of goals from free kicks directly during his time with Albion's academy. Whipped in by Shushain, headed away well by Lewis. Duffus heads back on. And then in the end, Hinchelwood just jumped too aggressively into Rico Lewis, so City will have a free kick. Katongo bringing it out from the back for City.
Tell Borges higher, play off the centre.
Mabude being forced backwards by a combination of Jenks and Jackson.
On the deepest defender. The free now. Good.
Romeo Lavia just dropping deep to try and make things happen. Slide rule pass into Brecken. Brecken round the corner to Mabude. And City are in again. Down by the byline. Scrolling it back across goal. Flicked in, but not home. And eventually cleared away by Ben Jackson again for the Albion. Somehow that stayed out after cannoning off a couple of shins inside the 6-yard box. But it's Mabude again on that right wing that's causing all the problems for the Albion. O'Reilly into Brecken. And then this time Mabude's delivery doesn't match the pass out to him. And the Albion can breathe a sigh of relief with a goal kick. 6 assists for Adedaya Mabude, the 17-year-old right winger though so far this season. You can see why. Tommy Reed standing over the goal kick. Hastings-born 16-year-old. Been with the Albion since he was 8 years old. Had to be aware for all 18 minutes of this game so far.
Higher, Brett. Good. Pull him. Good.
Katongo. Into and beat. Back with the physically imposing young centre-back. Made his senior debut versus Wycombe Wanderers, didn't beat, as a long ball comes forward for Katongo again, looking for Mabude. He's quick, but he's not that quick, and the Albion will take back over with a throw. Again, City squeezing right up to try and pin the Albion in their own half.
Okay, not 3v3. Carlos, go to a 4, so go eye-line on pressing.
Moran, back to Jenks. Shushain looking forward. Lavia takes back over, and you just hear the instruction there from the sideline. It is clear in reaction to the space that's been opened up on the wings that the Albion have dropped into a back 4. Just try and protect themselves a little bit better against the quick switch of play that City have been implementing.
Well done! I like that pass! Well done!
So it looks like either Jenks or Duffus will have to drop in, play as a true fullback. When they started this game in a 3-5-2 system or 3-4-1-2 system. Shushain, but a trip had already took place on Ben Jackson, so Albion free kick again.
Nico, get on the 6!
Down the line to Duffus. He does well with his back to goal and wins the throwing for the Albion. Almost crowded out there was Josh Duffus. Hinchelwood laid into the path of Eiffel, but got a piece of Romeo Lavia in the process, Jack Hinchelwood. Free kick's gone the way of the Albion, though. Shane to take again. 18-year-old French midfielder, signed from AC Boulogne. A club that's produced many young talents over the years. His cross is a good one towards the head of, in the end, Zach Emerson. He can only head over from around 8 yards away, so City will have a goal kick.
Tell Carlos to take his line off the middle centre back. He's deeper than the fullbacks.
And beat. This time it's Albion's turn to put some pressure on the City back line. Charles trying to lose the attention of Moran. Jenks steps in, but he's spun by Mabude. William Dixon looks to scamper up the right wing, but a free kick already given against Jenks for the foul on Mabude. Chipped over the top into Mabude by Shea Charles. Down by the byline again. Skips between two defenders. Still going. Eventually the tackle comes in from Kavanagh. Out to Dixon. Dixon looks to run at the back line himself. Shushain stepped in that time. Albion looking to play their way out of trouble, but play themselves into it. And then Dixon's tripped at the edge by Ben Jackson. Just a step outside the edge of the 18-yard box. Looked more out of frustration than anything after had just given the ball away. Plenty of candidates on that City side to try and do some damage from this free kick. Brecken and Mabude closest to it. Looks like it will be Mabude, the man with 6 assists to his name this season. As I say that, Brecken takes his place on the free kick.
Swamp it, Dire. Dire, ready. Arrive on the edge.
Squared back across the 18-yard box and fired towards goal. Again, a blue and white shirt blocks it. Out to Borges, he fires over as well. And the Albion escape another wave of City pressure. A free kick from the training ground. Brecken feinted as if he was going to whip that one across the area. Instead just drilled it along the edge of the 18-yard box. It was Romeo Lavia that had the first attempt. Borges with the second. Still, the Seagulls hold firm at the back. Shane tries to lose the pressure of Breckin. Back with City. Dixon's feet can't get sorted in the area. And Duffus is all the way on the right wing. Maybe the Albion can break through Eiffel. But a beat holds him off well. And another rare Albion attack into City territory is foiled. Katongo is the youngest member of City's under-18 Premier League title-winning side. Just 16 when that side lifted the trophy. Romeo Lavia out to Borges, the man they call the Bullet. Portuguese winger will run again at the back line of the Albion. Squared across the edge of the 18-yard box, might drop to Rico Lewis. Seagulls clear away again. Duffus' touch is heavy though, and the beat will clean up. McConville to take the throw on the right-hand side for the Albion. Shane just hauled down by Mabude, and that'll be a free kick again for the Seagulls. Mabude a little bit eager in his attempts to stop Shane breaking the pressure. Pass goes into the feet of Emerson, who's barely had a touch in this first half, and then Shane plays it straight out of play. And beat. Into Borges. Again, McConville just stands his ground. Not too much joy for Borges on that left wing thus far. Right-hand side been a far greater area of success for Manchester City. Charles. Katongo again. Manchester-born academy graduate. One of 6 Albion players born in this, one of 6 Manchester City players born in the city of Manchester that started their last FA Youth Cup tie. Really do thrive on homegrown talent as Borges looks to get round McConville again. Lofted towards the edge of the area, drops to Breckin. Breckin on his left foot, blocked well by the Albion.
Slow him down, good.
Mabude again, step over to the byline and then just shepherded out of play by Lee Kavanagh. Seagulls goal kick coming up, Tommy Reid to take. And it's an inch perfect ball from Tommy Reid, which will force Mickey Van Zast to scramble out of his goal. And then he coolly slots it back to Katongo. Fantastic distribution from Tommy Reid to create that chance though. Shane. Moran looking over the top for Emerson. He's in a foot race with Katongo. And then plays it off Katongo for an Albion corner kick. And given the way the opening half an hour or so has played out, this could be the Albion's best chance to notch a goal and get themselves in front in this FA Youth Cup tie. They have provided some shocks at this round before. In 2019, they shocked 10-time winners Manchester United, beating them 3-1 at this stage of the competition. Shane takes in towards the near post, but headed wide by Lee Kavanagh. Good delivery into a dangerous area, but Kavanagh couldn't quite flick it back across goal after making his darting run towards the near post. And Beat almost at a walking pace as he brings it out from the back. Back with and Beat. Long diagonal will test Jenks, who heads down well. Flicked away by Ben Jackson. Hinchelwood can't control. Borges into Dixon, out to Rico Lewis. The combinations, the passing combinations coming back for City in the last few minutes or so. Still though, that Albion shape remained solid. It's been a brave opening half hour or so from the Seagulls. Certainly a disciplined half hour. And Beat skips past Eiffel. Looks to slide it into Dixon, but out there picking it up is Tommy Reed. Given away by Jenks. Lavia into Mabude again. Wrong side of Jenks, cross towards the area, but not his best effort, and Tommy Reed can fall on that one. Back in the hands of the Albion keeper. The Seagulls under 18 side have had a up and down form thus far at home. As on the right hand side, Eiffel's breaking away, and maybe a chance for the Seagulls here. Eiffel slid towards goal just past the post. He had Emerson in the area, chose to go it alone. From nothing, Albion were back on the ball, and Eiffel got the wrong side of him beat for the first time today. Emerson wasn't happy. He wanted that ball squared back to the penalty spot. Eiffel just slid it past the post. Best chance by some way for the Albion thus far. Marcus Eiffel did score in the last round versus Plymouth. Katongo.
Behind Nico as well. Yes, Nico. Well done.
Charles again looks to find Mabude. Again, he'll get on the end of a long ball forward. Mabude, edge of the 18-yard box on the right-hand side. Back to Lavia. Borges to run at McConville. Twist this way, then that. Still going as Borges. Still, the Seagulls defender does very well not to fall for any of those feints or flicks. Borges, cross comes in, headed away well by Jackson. Emerson does really well to battle for that ball in midfield. Resulting pass to Eiffel didn't quite match the play to keep possession. City will have a throw. I think if you asked Albion under-18 manager James Baxter 5 minutes into this one, if he thought with 50 minutes to go to half-time, the Albion would still be at 0-0, he'd have been somewhat surprised, but that is the case as Hinchelwood steps in against Rico Lewis. Back with Borges, into O'Reilly. Lewis, back to O'Reilly. Is this the City attack which produces a goal? And then in the end, well defended by McConville, just to see O'Reilly out towards the byline and out behind for another Tommy Reed goal kick.
Nico, drop onto the other one. Rex, you need two. That's fine, Rex, go Rex, go in on the 8. Rico!
Emerson lets it bounce, and Moran could be in here after a mistake. Moran not quite sure what the Irish midfielder was thinking there. Maybe caught in two minds, just seemed to chip it right into the hands of Mickey Van Zass after the ball fell forward to him off the Emerson flick on.
Must threaten the back line. Rex as well.
And Beat, the man that City signed from Brentford as a 12-year-old. 4 times he's been in the first team matchday squad this season, but as I mentioned, doesn't matter who you're registered with, you only have to be under 18 on August 31st of this year to be eligible to play in the competition. And City have made full use of that rule, bringing in plenty of talent from across their system for this fixture.
Keep shifting them side to side. Yes, Lord. Get your ball speed. Well done, Jim. Keep patient, lads. Don't get trapped, fellas. Fresh angles, tempo. Get sides when you can.
Kutongo again, centre circle.
Find the gate.
Nowhere really for the City centre back to go.
You say shake it towards the D, then we'll go back round.
Albion shape just forcing City backwards, and now they can squeeze up and start to put some pressure on that back line. Has to be said, the tactical adjustment from James Baxter to move into that back 4 has done wonders for the Albion back line, but Lavia will try and dink one in towards Dixon. Jenks tries to clear it away, back to O'Reilly, shifts onto his left foot, still going as O'Reilly, tripped at the edge of the area, referee says illegally so, Duffus pleads his innocence. O'Reilly was just begging someone to stick a foot in on him there as he danced his way around the edge of the 18-yard box. Eventually Duffus obliged and he went down over the challenge. Looked like O'Reilly might have already been on his way down. But this is a crucial opportunity for City. 9 minutes to go till half time.
Who's organising?
Question when you get a free kick from quite this close in is, do you have enough time or enough distance to get the ball up and down into the goal? O'Reilly taking charge, but Shay Charles and Brecken are also lurking around the ball.
Kian, stand this side. Perfect. There.
5 in the Albion wall. Interestingly, no one choosing to play that role of the draft excluder, lying down behind the wall.
On the offside line, higher. There you go. Inside, Josh.
Albion have held out thus far. Can they hold out here? It's O'Reilly. It's a great save by Tommy Reed to palm it away down to his right. And then Duffus can finally hook away. Headed back on by and beat. Into Dixon. Saved again by Tommy Reed from point blank range. Dixon really should have done better there, putting it either side of the Albion goalkeeper. But here's the first save. Drilled through the wall. Can't have had much time to see that one, Tommy Reed. And the second attempt from Dixon, really, the blame should fall at the feet of the striker because he just has to put that a foot either side of Reed and he wouldn't have time to react to it. Such a fantastic opening 45 minutes from the Albion keeper. Has had his work cut out all game long, but still the Albion hold firm. As we see an Albion player down on the far right-hand side, so players from both sides coming over to get a drink. Joshua Duffus, the man down. A chance for coach James Baxter to get some crucial instructions into his side. Like I was saying earlier, the switch to the back 4 has really done wonders for the Albion shape and really limited the joy City have been able to have getting in behind them. James Baxter, the manager of the Albion, when they won the Under-17s Premier League Cup. So worked with a lot of these players from a younger age as well. He joined the Albion in 2012 after working with the Under-7s and Under-12s. He made the step up to the Under-18 side. Spent a brief 6 months with the Portsmouth Academy along the coast, and also 8 years with Southampton's esteemed academy. Settled in well working with these Albion players. As the City players slowly trickled back onto the pitch. No substitutions signalled, so it seems like Josh Duffus is okay to carry on.
Nico, don't do the same job.
Sammy, get in front of him. Let one of them mark up. Calf, take him. Jack, just be around the runner.
As the referee urges Joshua Duffus to get back off the pitch, Michael Ryan not happy with how quickly he came back on. Shay Charles to take the throwing. Back to Breckin.
Nico, organise that last line, come on. Yes, Brett, you want the ball, yes, Brett.
Charles. To Mabude. He's crowded out by a sea of blue and white shirts. Somehow escapes out of them, and then a heavy challenge from Zach Emerson. Quite how he was allowed to weave his way through that sea of bodies, not quite sure, but he did escape and win a free kick for City. Lavia. A beat who was with this City side when they won this competition 2 years ago. And Carlos Borges has some space on the left wing. O'Reilly. Lavia squeezed backwards. The pace of City's passing just turning up a notch here. Mabude. Dixon puts Kavanagh on his back. O'Reilly looking for Borges, cleared away by the Albion again. And still, City remain frustrated. Seagulls more than content to sit in for now, it seems. Katongo looking for that switch to Mabude. Can he keep it in play? He does so just, and then a crucial intervention by McConville at the back post. Crossed in by Breckin. Down to Lewis. Lavia, 20 yards from goal, blazes it over the bar. Well, a few of those at blue and white actually froze as they thought Mabude had seen that one out of play. And that allowed the cross to come in, but here's the shot from Lavia again, edge of the D, always leaning backwards as he drilled that one over with his laces. This time Tommy Reid didn't have a save to make. Reid celebrating his 17th birthday today, the Albion keeper. Certainly made a couple of fantastic saves so far to celebrate. Shushain. Down the line it goes. Looking for Eiffel. Again, him and a beat will do battle. Eiffel not letting the centre-back breathe as he hassles and harries him towards his byline. McConville. Here's Emerson, down by the byline himself, and just overran it slightly with Moran waiting in the 18-yard box. And Beat looking over to the linesman. He wanted some help, but Eiffel certainly with a physical challenge on him. Forced a poor clearance, which led to that chance.
Have to spread the back line.
Katongo looking for Borges. It's a good touch from the Portuguese winger in the area. Squared back to Dixon. Sliding in there was Kavanagh, and he gets a pat on the back from just about everyone in blue and white, and so he should. Again, Kavanagh intervenes. Again, City can't see the net bulge. Great sliding tackle. Fantastic defensive instincts. Just to step off the striker and retreat towards his own goal. Lavia to Mabuda. Looking to skip round Kavanagh again. A good intervention from the Irish centre-back. Former Ireland under-17 international. Spent a lot of last year injured for the Albion, but recovered fantastically. As the first half comes to a close, O'Reilly will whip in a corner kick from the right-hand side. Towards the back post it goes. Rising was unbeat, and he had all day to pick a corner to head that into, but could only head it past the post. Another Tommy Reid goal kick coming up, and if James Baxter's side can get to half-time with the score at 0-0, that would be a fantastic motivation to see them push on in the second half. Around 2 minutes of added time, we believe, added on at the end of this first half. Almost a minute into those now. Emerson can't get his head on the ball. Charles back to Lavia. He's having to drop deeper to pick up the ball than he was early on in this game. Borges. But Conville this time takes his turn to slide in on Borges and clear the ball away. Another City corner coming up though. Short it goes to Brecken. Back to Borges. Blocked well. Still with Brecken on the left wing. Good feet from Lewis, but he can't beat more than one Albion shirt. Maybe a chance to break again. Ifill coming forward. He's full of pace and full of running as he breaks past Lavia. All the way down to the corner flag goes Ifill. What an industrious run from the Albion forward. Didn't end in a chance as such, but brought the ball fully 50, 60 yards up the pitch, and then won an Albion throw at the end of it in a dangerous area. Throw goes long to Moran. He lets it bounce, and Beat clears up into the sky, and that will do it for the first half of action. A valiant Seagulls performance as they keep the score at 0-0 in this FA Youth Cup fourth round tie. One more time, your halftime score: Albion 0, Man City 0.
Isaac, you happy just Isaac. Micah, take your time, go to the toilet, and then so you're ready, yeah? Just take your time, go to the toilet, and then when you come back out, yeah, Josh, get two. back, little back pedal, good. I'm going to go to Josh. By the time you drop back down,
Yep.
do my, go wider, Josh. You can set it back. That's it, I'll play to me. Go wider, Josh. Wider, perfect, good. Boom, here, step back, perfect. Down, good. You don't have to run so far. Just a little movement, good. Watch that ball behind you. Good. Good. Now set the opposite person. Set Josh. Good. Josh play. Perfect. Play back. Nice to me. You do the bounce though. So play to me. Bounce it back to me. Then switch it. Perfect. Perfect. Good. Step back. Perfect. Good. Good. Relax. Same again. This time a bit more tempo. Drop down. Wrap it right on your feet. 2 touches back. So count the movement though. Boom. In. Then we'll pass to you. Okay? When you're ready. Boom. Fire it. Good. Good touch. Play back. Relax. Relax. Walk. Walk. Push me. That's you ready to play it. Bang. Good. Good. 4 or 5 feet. Wait. Bam. Perfect. Good. Last one of these. Fine. Good. Great. Okay, this time Josh, go away. Now business now. Little breather for you, Micah. This time you receive off both of us with a turn. You understand? Trying to get this ball out of the way so you don't turn. Get in the way with it. We just move. Okay?
Yeah.
Drop down, let's go. Fine. Perfect. Relax. No rush. Perfect. Good. We just move as he receives, Josh. Go.
Good afternoon and welcome to the second half of FA Youth Cup fourth round action between Brighton and Hove Albion and Manchester City. Albion had to put in a brave defensive performance in the first half to go in at the break 0-0. Maybe this second half they could push on and try and find a winner. A clever tactical adjustment from coach James Baxter helped secure the Albion's back line, switching to a back four, try and limit the success that Adadai Mabude was having on the right-hand side. Albion already out there and warming up. City haven't yet emerged from their tunnel. Brighton and Hove Albion exited this competition at this very stage last year. Fourth round loss to eventual winners Aston Villa. And really that's been a theme of the last few seasons in this competition for them. Looking to make the quarterfinals for just the second time in the under-18s history, as City are now out on the pitch as well. Referee Michael Ryan trotting towards the centre circle. Will it be more City dominance, or will the Albion find a way to win it? Moran standing over the ball in the centre circle. Three in blue and white to his right. As we see a substitution potentially taking place for the start of this second half. That'll be on the Manchester City side. Micah Hamilton will come onto the pitch. And he'll replace Kian Brecken, who was never really able to get involved too much in that first half. One change for City, none for the Albion. Moran gets us underway. Back to Shushain. And Beat heads away. In the middle to Hinchelwood. Big tackle from Hinchelwood. Maybe just went slightly over the top of the ball. Free kick City. And Beat. Back with him, Beat. To Katongo. And then a push in the back of Adadai Mabude, coming from Jenks on that far left-hand side. Free kick City. Lavia skips past a couple of challenges. Eiffel steps in. Carlos Borges looking to get round McConville. No whistle coming. And a full cannon into the feet of Emerson. City are back on it. And Beat again, a man that made his senior FA Cup debut this season. The last round of the men's competition versus Swindon Town. Mostly been playing with the under-23s side though. 10 starts for them this season. Rico Lewis gives it away. Eiffel looking to tow it into the path of Emerson. Sliding in and Beat. Hamilton. One thing the Albion won't want to do is allow City to settle into the rhythm they had for the first 25 minutes or so of the first half. Anything they can do to try and offset their tempo, they will. Borges looking to get round McConville again. Hasn't had much success. Deflected cross. Shushain toes behind. City corner coming up. Rico Lewis, England under-18 captain, into Romeo Lavia. Back with Borges. Borges' cross tests the hands of Tommy Reed. He's able to punch it away. Will it drop to Lavia on the edge? Yes. Out to Mabude. Thinks about a cross. Checks this way, then that. Mabude down towards the byline, looking for a cutback. Can the Albion scamper it away again? Shushain will try and do so. Hamilton will try and stop him. Eventually, Albion throwing down by their own corner flag. Moran. Albion give it right back to City, and in a pretty dangerous area as well. Weren't able to work that throwing routine quite how they had hoped to. Elliot Jenks giving it away. Charles back with the Albion. Again, just really stuck down in that quagmire of shirts, the ball. No side really taking charge, and then Shea Charles takes that throwing a good 15 yards away from where the ball went out of play. Referee Michael Ryan's not interested. Will it work in the favour of the Albion? Seagull's throw on the far left-hand side. This Manchester City under-18 side, second in the Premier League, under-18s league. 7 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses. Scored 27 goals in those 12 games, conceded just 14. That's the second least in the league. Always knew it was going to be tough today, as McConville loops one straight into the hands of Mickey Van Zas.
Get this right. One side to the other. Move it quick. Move it quick. Yes, Luke. Down. Halfway. Get up. Halfway. Outside, sir. Keep it outside. Yes, Mickey. That's better. Dig wider.
Katonga.
Higher, Luke.
Eiffel just halts his progress, but he'll switch it back out to Mb. And the centre-back will bring it over halfway. Borges into O'Reilly. Back to Carlos Borges. A little bit of space here, but again, Lee Kavanagh slides in, covering from centre-back to clear it away. Lee Kavanagh has quietly and comfortably had a very good game thus far for Brighton and Hove Albion. And he won the ball well there.
Yes, Luke. Squeeze up.
Rico Lewis. He'll take his turn to run at the Albion back line. Laid off to Hamilton. Just couldn't get his feet set. Duffus looking for Eiffel. Cleared away well though by the covering defender, Katongo. McConville to take, thrown into Moran, who gives it away. Rory McConville captaining the side today. Signed from Linfield after a trial with the Albion. A 3-year deal, the highest you can offer at this level. A powerful and commanding centre-back. Playing out on the right-hand side today, though. And beat again. So many touches for the skipper for City thus far. Haven't quite found that key pass, but there's a good switch out to Mabude. And again, he'll run at Jenks, who he's had the better of thus far. Threaded in again towards Lavia. Shushain gets a toe in. Eiffel. Moran. Back to Eiffel. Seagulls pressured backwards towards Tommy Reed. Shushain can't give it away here. He does well to work it out to the right-hand side with McConville. Green grass in front of McConville, laid into Duffers, into the area, but straying offside. Rico Lewis stepped up in time to catch Joshua Duffus offside, so City free kick. Marauding run from Rory McConville, though, to start that attack. Still has enough left in the tank to track back and halt Carlos Borges' process. Corner kick City on the left-hand side. Charles to Mabude, another cross coming in from Mabude into the feet of Wilkinson, who can't control. Speaking before the game, manager Ben Wilkinson of Manchester City said that he considers this competition to be the most prestigious youth tournament in the country, and the value of the competition isn't lost on the City organisation. He said with every game in this cup you feel the added edge, and really did prioritise that with their team selection of their under-23s and under-18s games this weekend. As Shane makes a challenge on the far right-hand side. Shea Charles. Looking inside to Mabude. Mabude, pass one challenge. Again, looking just to roll it along the edge of the 18-yard box. But there's plenty of blue and white shirts there to deal with it. And City will just turn up the tempo a little bit more, taking that throw in quickly. Looking to make this Brighton back line work. They won't do it like that. Jenks. Shane, good football from the Albion. 1-2 with Moran, up the left-hand side, but out of reach for Eiffel. And possession will be back with City. Haven't really had that break thus far. Lavia. Out to Carlos Borges. Again, McConville will track his run. Borges across the 6-yard box. Cleared away well by Jenks at the back post. And once again, the Albion can try and possess the ball. Try and build something of their own. But City will come again, and with every misplaced pass, the Seagulls tire further and further towards that opening Manchester City goal. Borges steps to the side of McConville. Still going, looking for Rico Lewis. Ben Jackson's turn to step out from the back line and get a toe in. Romeo Lavia. To Mabude. The Scottish 17-year-old. Hamilton the substitute. City just a little bit hesitant to pull the trigger on the cross. And then Shane blocks Shea Charles' attempted effort. And a little bit too cute from Shea Charles as he dribbles it straight out of play. Seagulls will have a throw. Jenks will step forward and take it. kept in by Moran. Fired forward into the path of Eiffel. He'll run it and Beat has the strength, but Eiffel has the pace to trouble him. And he continues to force the centre-back backwards all the way to Mickey Van Zas. And Moran is down on the deck for the Albion, and that's a troubling sign. Moran, the only real player out there in the blue and white shirts of the Albion that predominantly spends their time with the under-23s unit. 13 appearances, 11 starts for the under-23s. Scored 2, assisted 2. Only played twice other than today for the under-18s this season. Just seems to have a little bit of a muscle problem here. Fifth round draw of this competition has already been made, so the winners of today know who they could be facing in the next round. Winner of today's game will play the winner of Charlton versus Accrington Stanley. So a really, really good chance to progress to the quarterfinal for whoever wins this game. Neither of those sides are competing in the top flight of under-18 football. A real carrot for both of these sides out here. Andrew Moran back on his feet. Looks like it'll be an uncontested drop ball at the feet of Jadel Katongo that will get us back underway.
Always be spare. Always allow us to come back.
And Beat. Jadel Katongo again, just looking for a pass forward, but only has the two centre-backs either side of him. Into Hamilton. Back to Katongo. Borges. Forced back to the England under-18 international and Beat. O'Reilly. Moran back on his feet and putting pressure on Shea Charles. Switch goes out to Borges. Thinks about flicking it over McConville's head. Lavia trying to lose Emerson. Emerson's not going to let him up easily. Well played from Zach Emerson just to force that pass backwards. City just, you feel, waiting for that incisive pass to break down this stalwart Albion wall in front of them. Dinked forward rather hopefully by Katongo, straight through to Tommy Reed. Shane gets tripped. In fact, it was Eiffel coming back who got tripped. Hinchelwood will take over. O'Reilly just preventing Jack Hinchelwood from playing quickly. Not a name we've mentioned too many times today is Jack Hinchelwood. 6 appearances this season, 3 goals and 1 assist. He's the 4th generation of pro or semi-pro footballer to come from his family. A great-grandfather, a grandfather and his dad all playing at some level of the English football pyramid. He'll leave this free kick to Ben Jackson. Jackson's diagonal over everyone's head. Shea Charles will try and see this one out. Rolls it back to his keeper, Mickey Van Zas. Hinchelwood. And then Shane looks out wide, but Intercepted rather easily by City. Here's Joshua Duffus. Duffus, cross towards the area, drops through to Eiffel. Eiffel deflected up in the air and finally cleared by and beat. And Albion looked for a moment, just a moment, like they were about to take a shock lead in this FA Cup tie. But City will come the other way. Brilliant challenge by Jenks. Will the Seagulls be buoyed by that chance? Duffus again. He'll run at O'Reilly, he'll be tripped by O'Reilly, and surely this time the midfielder won't escape without a yellow card. Here's that chance again. It fell to Eiffel, the goal opened up. And it was saved, I think, in the end brilliantly by Mickey Van Zaas. Either that or it came off the heel of one of those City defenders. Jack Hinchelwood to take the resulting free kick. Best chance of the game by some margin for the Albion.
Jump, Baz, big jump. Big jump. Nico. Yeah,
Hinchelwood to take. Drilled towards the back post. Headed on. Straight up in the air. Jumping is Kavanagh with Mickey Van Zaas, but jumping rather into the goalkeeper. And so a free kick going the way of Manchester City. A little bit chippy now, the last few exchanges in this game, and you feel maybe that just favours the Albion. I mentioned as we started the half, anything to offset City's rhythm would probably be a benefit. As Duffus tries to press Rico Lewis, but that's an incredibly hard thing to do. Rico Lewis with a ridiculous resume for a 17-year-old. England captain at almost every youth level. Captained the under-18s against the Netherlands just a few weeks ago. Mabude. O'Reilly inside of him, on his left foot. Now out on the right wing and driving is Barrington, on as a substitute. That must have happened in the chaos ensuing after the Eiffel chance. Luca Barrington coming on as a substitute. Here is Barrington. Mabude. Barrington again. No surprise to see that change taking place. Borges was having no success up that left flank. Barrington, the man that hit an 87th minute winner against Liverpool in the under-18s Premier League this weekend. Charles. Mabude again, just standing up Kavanagh, thinking about a cross into Lavia. And with every minute that ticks past without a City goal, the frustrations grow on the City bench and out there on those dark blue shirts on the pitch. Kavanagh surely going to be penalised for that tug back on Mabude though. If it is going to come, you feel like it might come up that right-hand side. Adedire Mabude, signed in October of 2020 from Rangers, where he came through the academy. As we see a Albion substitution taking place. Moran will be the man to make way. And coming on will be Jake Gee, number 15. So Gee coming on for Moran. Gee did start the last time Albion played in the FA Youth Cup in that 2-1 win versus Plymouth. This is his 10th appearance of the season. Charles chips it over the top, looking for Mabude. Shushain clears away. Eiffel can't hold on to it. Katongo.
Stop playing so wide.
Out to Embiid. Barrington gets a clip on his heels but keeps possession. Katongo again.
Pick your moment. You can come in and find your pocket. Yes, Nico. Good 30 of them. Enjoy it.
Still City, stay patient, waiting for that opportunity. Dominant in possession, but not create anywhere near as many chances in the second half as they did in the first. O'Reilly, little nutmeg through the feet of Gee. Giving it away is Emerson though. Back with City. Dickinson, William Dickinson, right-hand side of the area. Looking for a cross, drilled across the 6-yard box and almost tapping it home was Barrington, the substitute. That's surely the chance he dreamt about finishing when he came on. But he just caught on his heels. Maybe wasn't expecting to get through quite that many bodies. And he couldn't tap it home from close range. Albion throw deep inside their own half. Well worked out of trouble, as just as I say that, it's given away. Hinshelwood having a word with Ben Jackson there. Did not want the ball in that scenario whatsoever. Facing his own goal, 6 yards away from his centre-back. As Jenks lets the ball run out of play. Jenks' 19-year-old brother also came through Brighton Hove Albion's academy, actually still with the Albion senior setup on loan at Aberdeen. O'Reilly, but a key part of Manchester City's UEFA Youth League side, an under-19 unit. Joined the academy at 8. And beat. Looking for Hamilton. He's the wrong side of Jackson, but Jackson can see it out. Only for a corner though. Last touch came off the centre-back. Hamilton offering short, but you feel this favours a whipped ball in the area from O'Reilly. Only one City shirt in the box. More lurking around the edge. In it goes towards the head of Embiid. Won well by McConville. Mabude. O'Reilly again. Shane sees him out. Another City corner. This time from the right-hand side. Goes back out to Charles. Charles, a looping ball towards the penalty spot. Barrington. Dickinson, looking to shift it past the attentions of McConville. Shifts it straight out of play. Three wins, 3 losses in their 6 games in Lancing this year for the Albion under-18s. They've always been the happiest of hunting grounds. But they've made it a fortress thus far. Eiffel. Slid back in towards Eiffel. Is he onside? Flag stays down. Eiffel in the area. Saved Mickey Van Zaas. Never really had to work too hard to reach out his arm and stretch to clear that one away. But Albion will keep the pressure up. Duffus. Just about finds Emerson. Clever spin from Emerson. His shot from range will test the hands of Van Zaas again. And he's bundled it in his own net. Albion shock City here in Lancing. It's Emerson with a strike from range. Well, they've held out and they've held out. But now it's the Seagulls that have swooped into a lead. And all 11 players run down to the corner flag to celebrate. It's been a stalwart defensive performance, and you always knew it'd be a moment of quality or a mistake that settled it. And in the end, unfortunately, it's a mistake from Mickey Van Zas. But Albion kept the pressure on in the final third, and they've reaped their reward. City stunned. Albion taking their time over trotting back the wrong side of the halfway line, with the scores now at 1-0 to the Seagulls. Manchester City scratching their heads, wondering what quite has occurred here this afternoon. 17 minutes for Brighton and Hove Albion to hold out. Over to the right-hand side with Mabude. City have to do things quickly now. He could be in behind. Squared back to Dickinson. Blocked by a blue and white shirt. Shushain. Big switch out to the right-hand side. Duffus, he's one-on-one with Rico Lewis. Duffus looks to roll it across the 18-yard box towards Emerson. Missing it is Katongo. And almost another mistake leading to another chance. Rico Lewis. Back to and beat. Well, much like the first half, it's about discipline, it's about structure, it's about bravery and defending now for Brighton and Hove Albion is going down under challenge on this left-hand side. For the Albion is Eiffel. Rico Lewis clipped him. Eiffel was on the score sheet in the last round versus Plymouth. He had the chance, which eventually led to that Emerson goal. Broke through in the area, forced a save out of Mickey Van Zas, and then the Albion kept the pressure on and fired it towards goal. And here is that goal. It was Eiffel that broke in behind. The save wasn't too convincing from Van Zas, but when he tried to get City going quickly, that's where the problem started. It was Duffus nibbling at ankles, and so too was Guy. Emerson span, saw the opportunity, drilled it towards goal, and Mickey Van Zas will want that one back, you have to imagine. The Albion won't care. As of right now, they're going into the 5th round of this competition for a tie with either Charlton Athletic or Accrington Stanley. Ben Jackson standing over this free kick, a man that won the Under-17 League Cup with this Albion side. Signed from Watford Academy. He'll be a huge player in this last quarter of an hour. Chipped out wide, headed straight into the hands of Mickey Van Zas. New lease of life for the Seagulls. They try and press this City back line. Barrington. Mabude. Shea Charles back with Adedaya Mabude. Scottish winger. Not quite had the same impact in the second half that he did in the first. Into Rico Lewis, 25 yards from goal. Hinchelwood forces him backwards. Out to Shea Charles. Switch comes out to Luca Barrington. The hero at the weekend. Can he be City's hero again? O'Reilly. Dickinson, back with O'Reilly. In the box it goes. Crucial intervention by Jackson. Shushain out towards Guy, shoved in his back by Mabude, former Rangers man. Referee says no foul and City won't care. They'll get us back underway.
Narrow shade so you can find the ring. Yes, Romeo. Come on, Zacko. Come on, mate. Keep going.
City under-18s looking for their 4th win in a row. Albion trying to stop them. Jackson just gets beaten to it by Hamilton. Covering back again is Jackson. Out behind, another City corner. Barrington to take over and take this one. 3 assists, 4 goals this year for Luca Barrington. 5 if you count, of course, the one he nailed on late on this weekend. Corner kick comes in towards the penalty spot, headed on by Mbeat. Tommy Reed can fall on it. Will it be a very happy birthday for now 17-year-old Tommy Reed?
That's loads of time. Come on, loads of time.
Switch goes out to Mabude on the right-hand side. His cross cannons off Jenks. Another City corner coming up. Albion have been so good at defending set pieces thus far. Kavanagh, McConville, Jackson, they've been on the end of everything. City surely feel at some point the pressure will tell. Lavia. Space for Barrington. Good delivery from Barrington. Reed comes, doesn't quite get there. Fired back in towards goal by Mabude. Out behind, Albion goal kick coming up. As we'll see another substitution take place for Brighton Hove Albion. And John Lucero, a man that can play centre-back or right-back, will be coming on. Joshua Duffus, the man that will be spared. Remarkable rise for John Lucero. Began his footballing career with Peacehaven and Telscombe, a local non-league side. Made the switch over to Albion's academy. And now he's going to be playing in the last 10 minutes of a vital FA Youth Cup 4th round clash. One well by McConville. Barrington again. Barrington, part of the Guardian's Next Generation 2021. A comprehensive list of the best academy players, one academy player from each Premier League side they think will shape the future of football. And here is Barrington, away on the left-hand side. Reed thinks about scooping that one up, didn't risk it, lets it run out of play. With Barrington hot on his heels. A goal kick for Reed, being hurried up by today's official. McConville wins the header. And that will do from a Brighton Hove Albion perspective, just keeping it away from their box.
Don't be too
Need to be aggressive, you three. Now you're the aggressive one, Luke.
Well known by Shushain, illegally says the referee as he charges in on that far right-hand side. Free kick City in a dangerous area, 5 yards or so away from the edge of the area. Good delivery to whip a ball in. Good place to whip a delivery in, sorry. O'Reilly surely will fancy this one. Rico Lewis coming over for instruction. but not before a substitution for Manchester City. Making way will be Shay Charles. Coming on is Darko Giabi. Rico Lewis now passing on those instructions to his teammates. He'll wait to see the result of this O'Reilly delivery. Floated ball towards the head of Kavanagh. He wins the first ball, and Beat can try and keep it alive. Lucero will force him backwards. Hamilton. Lewis. Dangerous ball from Lewis right across the midfield, but no one in blue and white can scoop it up. O'Reilly. Looking to weave his way into the area. Shushane steps in. Straight to the channels it goes. Can Ifill give chase? Ifill will get on the end of it. And maybe Ifill can take this one towards goal for Brighton and Hove Albion. He's put Lavia on his back. And will just take that one to the corner. Felt he was tripped. Referee, looks like he's given that City free kick for a handball by Ifill, which they will take quickly. Emerson hassling Hamilton. Mabude. Barrington. McConville trying to shepherd him into the right area of the pitch. Mabude spins. Referee says he was tripped by Jenks. And I think that boot away shows you exactly what Jenks thought of that decision. Another free kick for City, losing count of the amount of set pieces they've had in this second half. O'Reilly again, the cool head, just taking charge, picking the ball up. He knows exactly what he wants to do with this free kick. Still, the protests continue. So an O'Reilly free kick with 5 minutes left to go in normal time. 5 in the Albion wall. It's O'Reilly, it's drilled over the bar, and Tommy Reid raises both arms in the air, almost in thanks to O'Reilly for gratefully seeing that one sail over his crossbar and leaving him with nothing to do. Not a very well struck ball from O'Reilly. Was always leaning back on it. Just 4 minutes for the Seagulls to hold out. Manager Ben Wilkinson's 3rd season in charge of the City under-18s. A man that had a long non-league career with the likes of York and Tamworth, Boston United, and experienced as a player and as a manager. 7 years coaching at Sheffield Wednesday. But he has not been able to find the tactical adjustment to unpick the Albion back line thus far. Just 3.5 minutes left of normal time for that to change. Chipped out towards the left wing. Mabude switching wings into Hamilton. He'll look to work his way in the area. Clever foot in there by McConville. Had to time that to perfection. Otherwise Hamilton, you imagine, was hitting the deck. Ifill burst past Rico Lewis. Fantastic covering challenge from Lewis though. Barrington on the right wing. frustrated dark blue shirts for City. Lofted towards the left wing. Clever step in again by McConville, who's played that full-back position perfectly, normally on the right side of a back three. Been forced to be a makeshift right back today. Lewis again, maybe the most frustrated of all those out there in dark blue. 1-2 goes in field to the City. But it's well won. Big sliding challenge from the Albion would only end in a goal kick. Darko Giabi, the substitute, was making that driving run forward. Albion midfield just pinched and closed out the space. Over the top it goes. Eiffel giving chase again. Barrington sliding in is Jenks, and I'm not sure this time he will escape without a yellow card. Goes his way after Barrington skipped past him. Seconds remaining in normal time. City free kick on the right wing. Only Eiffel being left up for the Seagulls. Barrington to take for all the under-23s brought into the side today. It hasn't been able to tell for City. It's just rolled into the edge of the area with Lavia. Back out to Barrington. Mabude gets there ahead of Luceru, but Hinchelwood stepping in with a well-timed challenge. Emerson. Back to McConville. It has to go for the Albion, but it doesn't quite get cleared comfortably. And then McConville's barged in the back, and you see the emotion on the Northern Irish centre-back's face as he wins that free kick. This is what it means to this young group of Albion players. It was the City manager, Ben Wilkinson, that described this as the most prestigious youth tournament in this country. And this game has been played at that intensity. Jackson with a free kick. Still no word on the added time yet. Up to McConville. Referee's given a free kick. Not quite sure what that one was for. City in a hurry to take it. Eiffel will try and prevent them from doing so. Mickey Van Zast took that free kick from a little bit too far in front of where it should have been taken. Referee's going to march him backwards. He'll be as keen as anyone to erase this 1-0 deficit. Long ball towards a beat. Header won again by Ben Jackson. How important has he been? Rico Lewis. Into Katongo. Everyone forward for City. Chip towards the back post. O'Reilly jumps with Kavanagh. Loose in the area. Can City force it towards goal? Still not cleared. And beat. Katongo again. Mabude on the left wing. He slips, but he'll scamper around McConville towards the near post. Saved by Reed. Still not away for the Albion. They cannot seem to get the ball clear. Finally, McConville will send this one away. Everyone turns to look at the referee. Still the whistle hasn't gone. He's checked his watch again. That was the save at the near post from Tommy Reed. Had to make it. Cannot be much time left to play in this one. Barrington. Well seen out on that far left-hand side by Jake Gee. Throw goes only towards Emerson, who takes evasive action and heads out for a corner. Not what he would have wanted to do there, the striker, but didn't really have much choice with the angle he took to that ball. And these really are nervous moments for the Albion. Barrington to whip in a corner kick from the right-hand side. Desperate for a City equaliser. Left arm up in the air. Chipped towards the back post. Jumping as McConville. He wins it again. Out to Mabude. Trying to get past Luceru. And it's fired away by the Albion and into glorious green grass. Mickey Van Zas. Barrington. Down on that right-hand side. Flashed across goal. Again, Kavanagh's there. Eiffel, he'll look to hook away. And out behind, City throwing. Will they have time to take it? Every time the ball gets cleared, everyone in a blue and white shirt turns to look at the referee. But still we play on. Blocked by Luceru. Another throw coming in from Mabude. Rico Lewis, Hinchelwood on his back. Still, Hinchelwood tries to see him backwards and seems to have given away a free kick. And a pretty unnecessary one, it must be said. Rico Lewis will go and join the attack. Mickey Van Zas, the goalkeeper, well up in Albion territory to take the free kick. It's now or never for Manchester City's FA Youth Cup dream. It's headed away by Brighton and Hove Albion, and the referee brings the whistle to his lips and brings the fourth round of this FA Cup tie to a close. The Albion have done it. A performance which perfectly sums up the Seagull spirit. They defended for most of that game, but they stole a winner through Zach Emerson, and the citizens have been erased from the FA Cup. It's the Seagulls that celebrate. They'll be marching into the fifth round to take on the winner of Charlton versus Accrington Stanley. Your final score, Brighton and Hove Albion 1, Manchester City 0.